Or before we had kids, we used to hold hands. But now that we have kids, we used to hold them. Hi everybody, hi
Hi,
guys.
yeah, Harry.
So we've got a special guest on the
Yeah,
show.
the guest of honor.
Yeah, say hi. Yeah, this is practical marriage stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, just can't get the kids quiet, but that's why they're kids.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, children. Now we have a baby here, like practically. Um, how does having a child change marriage? How has having children changed this marriage? No, I wasn't asking you. I was asking your daddy.
Yeah, it changes not just it changes the marriage because now it's not just two people sharing the space. You have 3, 4, 5 people sharing that same space. So yeah, it changes a lot of things about the marriage. Yeah, definitely. So before we began to have kids, budget was different.
Yeah.
Our time for ourselves was different. A lot of things about us was different. But having children, brought more responsibility.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Or before we had kids, we used to hold hands. But now that we have kids, we used to hold them. Yeah, because having children, if you don't manage it, I think it takes a practical toll on love, romance, that intimacy, that space for intimacy in the marriage, because you must. I think we got to that point where we became aware that, because we were like wondering what has changed. Why are we not doing things the way we used to do? Why is it that we don't have time? And then we have to realize that, okay, we have the same 24 hours that we had when we were dating,
Yeah.
but now that same 24 hours is now split between 3 people.
Yeah.
And we've also become busier, in quotes, or more involved in our own personal lives.
Yeah.
So yeah, just being aware of that time dimension, I think, is practical for people to now, or in a marriage, to now say, now that we have children, we now need more cooperation, and I need you more now that there are kids involved.
Yeah.
We need to be more deliberate about how we spend our time. We need to be more deliberate about how we spend our money, like you said.
Yeah.
Otherwise, things can just really go wrong.
Yeah, I think I can come in here to say one of the things I think some people have not done very well, where you have kids and you leave all the work, all the responsibility for one person. There are people that think, oh, I've done this, so let the other person figure out every other thing. And there are some people that don't even do anything, and they just think the other person should carry on. I like you said, I believe parenting is teamwork. It's two people that set that ball rolling, and they should be responsible to ensure that ball enters the goal.
Yeah. And what's the goal? The goal is, raising your kids right, and still fulfilling your own purpose in life,
and seeing that child grow up to fulfill
their own purpose,
the way they should go.
Yeah, there was something you said the other time about from scriptures, of course, about children being arrows in the hands of a mighty man. So what we do basically in parenting is that we target those arrows right, and for us to be able to even target the arrows properly, we as parents have to be in the right frame of mind. We have to be receiving ourselves. Otherwise, parenting is just going to be a boss affair. collect as you go.
And someone told me something that helped me. He said parenting becomes easier when you let go.
Okay.
I was
Let it
discussing
go.
with one of our pastors in church, and he said that one of the things that helped him as a parent was letting go, because so many times we want to stay in control.
Yeah.
We want to control. We want
Yeah.
to ensure the child is crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's.
Just call my name.
But Debbie, you have to let go. So, let go.
I didn't mean literally now. You just called on the podcast now.
Yeah, you wanted me to call your name now. So, letting go actually simply means letting go. Doesn't mean becoming irresponsible. It doesn't mean becoming careless, no longer correcting the child, letting anything just go by. No, that's not what letting go means. Letting go means trusting the stage the child is and the capacity he has now as what he can handle, and using that as the benchmark of teaching and reaching that child. So not trying to trust your own capacity or trusting your ideology to be the measure which you use to judge or put responsibility on the child. No. Rather, understand that the child is a child. He needs to be taught. But right now, he doesn't have all the capacity to understand what you are saying. So you need to let go and do your best. And
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the things I've also learned is that children are people too. Children are humans too. Children have feelings, they have emotions, they have needs as well. And for me, parenting, being a mom, this year I've really taken it more seriously to pray about, God's wisdom because God, our Heavenly Father, He's the best parent. He's the perfect picture, and every time I'm just like, God, you have to help me to do right by these kids, and I know that your wisdom is available for me to. It just brings you to that space where you realize that no, you're not capable to do it. You cannot even, you can't change another human being, whether they are children or they are adults. Just understanding that children are, they have their own needs. They are human beings as well, and I think lots of parents struggle to pay attention to their children and connect to them on an emotional level, and then fulfill that need for that sense of belonging in children. Children want to feel like that. You were telling me a very sad story the other day. I don't want to bring it up because it's quite triggering, and how you think they are just children, but they're really aware of what's going on. They know if you love them, in quote, they can tell if they are being ignored. They can tell if so these are some of the practical dimensions to that. Oh dear. Yeah, so we have a child now that has a need. Hi, Mighty. Are you trying to get my attention?
And I think one important thing also for parents to know is that don't form frames and expect your children to fit those frames. Because expectation sometimes becomes a problem.
A setup for disappointment.
Yes, when you have, mapped out a frame in your mind, and you think, oh, this is how this child must turn out. He must be this, he must be that, he must wake up this, he must brush this, he must dress this way. The moment you begin to make up such frames, which is not bad, but the way you communicate it to the child, if not appropriately, especially when it has to do with things with ethics, morals, those things are good. But when it has to do with purpose, then those frames becomes a problem. Yeah, it becomes a problem. So when it has to do with purpose, you cannot discover purpose for a child. That is one thing you need to do, to let go. Let the child discover purpose by himself. He will know what he was meant to do if you set the ball rolling by bringing him up in a way that, like the Bible is saying, the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. So if he gets to know Jesus personally, definitely the question of purpose will not be a big thing. But in you trying to create a frame, you're definitely going to have a tough fight.
I think Mighty agrees. And he agrees, and he's. I mean, one very important thing is how you just name our children. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
We have Fresh, we have Swift, we have Mighty, and I mean, you're just a very good namer. And that's how I know you're related to Adam. Because you're a good
She
namer.
sound a good namer, but by the mercy of God.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not Ronaldo. I'm a very good namer by the mercy of God.
Never. Never. Oh my goodness. Oh, now I get it. This is not a free advert. Not a free football advert. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. So one child now is calling for attention. That's all we can do today. Let's go sort out Mighty. Let's sort out Mighty. Yeah, thank you for listening in, and I hope you learned something. Mighty, say bye. Thank you for joining us on the show and for being so cooperative and generous with your parents. Bye.